Hi everybody, welcome to your monthlies. We are transferring from Pisces to Aries. So to start, Aries, happy birthday to all the girls and boys. Aries is the first actually sign of the zodiac. It's considered as like big boy or big girl. It's that kind of starting exuberant energy. Aries is basically highly associated with Fool, somebody who is charging in all direction, exploring new possibilities, and going forward. So before we move on, I just really want to tell you that we are nearing the end of the promotion. So my 20-minute reading is $30 US and 40-minute reading is $65. So also guys, once when you get a reading, I actually do send you coupons, so that way in the future you can even get a better deal. So if you actually are considering readings, I would say to take advantage of these prices. However, if you want to take a chance and getting a free reading, then please join my Facebook account where, just by joining it, you're going to be automatically entered in a draw, and that's going to be the Easter draw, and somebody is going to win the prize over there. So if this is the way you want to go, or just you want to be on a Facebook because there's going to be additional information, I really would love to see you there as well. But also it's a good opportunity to interact with the other people who love tarot and who maybe want to learn about it, because I'll be posting interesting tips on it. So talking about tips, let's start today. I really want to talk to you about the issue, and really let's address this issue through this Queen of Swords and King of Swords, because I highly identify with these two cards. So let's go into what Queen of Swords is and King of Swords. They both are very experienced, basically, character in tarot. They have really high energy, sword energy. Sword is really heavy. To keep it like what she's keeping, really upright, it takes lots of energy and lots of muscle. In the other card that you see from Cat Tarot people, she's keeping it down. So that's because she's in a good mood that day. But trust me, that sword is really heavy and can hit very hard. And the sword people are really fair people, but they are not the most emotional people. So you can tell in my readings that, I tell the truth. I don't go around. I don't kind of like try to sugarcoat it, because I feel that even if it's a bad information, sometimes it helps, because it helps you reach the closure. So if these two people, Queen of Swords or King of Swords, go really badly, then they actually create lots of narcissism, lots of ego energy, and sometimes like you see that around. And this is what basically has happened on my channel. I knew this is going to happen sooner or later because it's a new channel, but I did get a comment from a person who was basically really complaining about the cats on the channel. As most of you know, the channel is called Cat Tarot. First of all, I'm Cat and I have cats. So it's not only that I love cats, I love all animals, but just like so it happens that I actually share my love with cats, life with cats, and I'm learning quite a bit from them. They basically pacify me. They have this enormous, clear energy, and I really love them. The comment that I received today was the following: I rescued cats, dogs, birds, and more for over 25 years, but they don't belong in too many psychic readings. It totally breaks the energy and connection for me. Whoa. So okay, what is then better than let's pull the card about this whole comment, and let's learn a little bit where this person is coming from. Maybe, maybe I'm not getting something, and I'm always open to kind of learning new things. Oops, we have a jumper. And let me pull my, I don't know if you can see this, or I can zoom in too much. And I pulled in my Vera Sibilla cards. Oops. Jumpers. Oops. And let's have one more. There you go. Alright, so what do we have? And you know what, to be fair, I really don't think that I should interpret it, so I'm going to really read it from the book of basically interpretation. As far as Wheel of Fortune, I mean, this is really clear to everybody. It is not in the upright kind of situations, that is downward, and so obviously it represents negativity. represents something that, you know, it's certainly a change, and it's a change in a way that this is the first, to me, highly inappropriate comment. So what I'm going to read to you is from the book about haughtiness. So we have the peacock, but this peacock is in reverse. So this peacock in the upright position here, it's basically being conceived because in Catholicism, Italy's main religion, and these are Italian cards, even though they call them Gypsy cards. The peacock is a symbol of immortality, resurrection, and of Jesus. In the Middle Ages, in the book, St. Augustine in the City of God believed the peacock had antiseptic qualities and did not rot. So, however, when this peacock is being represented, yeah, this is the book, by the way. When peacock is in reverse, it says the following. Here, this card has a completely opposite meaning to that of its upright counterpart. The peacock is seen as a symbol of vanity and ostentation, of superiority over others, pride, lack of humility, being unforgiving and prejudiced. It represents an extremely arrogant person, blinded by pride and hungry for power. That's a shallow person focused on outward appearances and social climbing, a person that will do anything to get what they want. It represents a liar. It can also represent a tendency to get angry and someone who loves to be flattered and be the center of attention. Well, now you're center of attention, so I hope you get what you really want. So it goes and on for a couple of pages, so let's not go on with it. So let's see the child in reverse. So of course, as you can imagine, the child is a really happy occasion, as you can tell, right? Which is kind of a neutral card, and it's like everybody's rather looking forward to a child unless it is in reverse. So let's see what reverse meaning is. It says this. This card represents something that is not yet ready to be born, a situation that is still immature. So this meaning can of course be broadened to include adults. When reversed, this card lengthens the time frame indicated by other cards in the spread. This card is symbolic of someone who is inexperienced, who can be gullible, but who is really not right for the entry into the adult world. When this card describes painful circumstances, it does so by saying that it is a pain that stings one to the quick and has deeply affected the querent. So yeah, I mean, somebody touched my kids. How do you think I would feel? And you know, this kind of whole expertise all together is not well. And also in the closing here it says this card also describes someone with a Peter Pan syndrome who's refusing to grow up and who's refusing to take responsibility for their actions. So reunion is sort of self-explanatory. So this is something that is not starting. This is somebody who is negative. So here I'll give you the verdict, Mr. Commenter. I'm breaking up with you. This is not working out. We are not on the same vibe level. I don't want to be negative. I want to be this Queen of Swords and King of Swords, being fair, giving people advice without wrapping it in a sugar coating. But we certainly learn what King of Swords reversed is, and that's who you are. You think you are basically an expert, you think you're knowing all, and you think like, we should be listening to your advice, and I don't know for which reason. So yeah, I'm breaking up with you. I do wish you well. I really hope you find whoever you want to find, but please don't come to my channel anymore, and please don't harass me anymore. So thank you very much, and let's move to the positive things, because you know what I had this beautiful reading for Aries to do, and in the end I think Safi wants to have a few words about the comment. Hi Pisces, and welcome to your monthly reading. So let's get right into it. So first of all, let's check what was on the bottom of your decks. You got Good Kitty, one of the nicest cards in this deck. So what is this all about? It says this is kind of the underlying energy that you're going to have from March the 21st to April 20th, I believe is the last day. So this basically talks about that we might make unfortunate choices at times, and this is just a part of life. Nobody's perfect. It basically it just calls that we have to learn from our mistakes, and that we have to grow in wisdom throughout our lives. And the more actually good choices we make, the more we're affecting and changing our karma. So this basically is telling us, because it's upright, that you have to judge yourself honestly and assess what you need to change in order to fulfill greater purpose in your life. So this is kind of accepting that you can love and shine on yourself, and kind of like that you actually came out clean this time, and that you're moving ahead feeling really that you overcame something from the past and you got rewarded. Sort of like when you get diploma at the end of the year. So let's go and kind of break it down into the little chunks. And you have a visitor this time. He, I guess, felt really neglected since Safi was the little kind of showpiece. And he's coming to more and more often. Okay, so the starting position for you guys is getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And it is coupled with consequences. Isn't this cute kind of like thing where the kitty kind of like got a bit tangled up all over the place? Let's see if I can move the light here so you can see it. It's very difficult when I'm reading at night because I don't think I'm equipped properly with proper lighting. It's not a studio, it's just a dining room table. So this came here in verse 3. So this is basically a reverse position says that kind of negative entanglements are starting to loosen up, and with careful deliberation, you can find your way out of a predicament of an unjust situation. It's kind of interesting, right? Because like we just had good kitty over here happening. So look at this, like the karmic lesson is now opening the gate for you. Remember like how we played these games as a kid, and then you win the level and poof, the door opens. So this is what's happening to you, because now this is giving you next level of the next challenge, right? So it's basically just saying follow the thread of your actions back to the beginning to understand the lessons learned along the way, and just like figure out how you can do better the next time around. So this here is coupled with the consequences and get to know each other, right? Right, when you have the issues maybe with your mate, with your family, with your friends, understand that like it's a normal to actually have issues. Try to untangle them, try to see where those issues started, and try to go back and keep these people in life. You guys are like so soft and so cute. You don't want to get rid of anyone, but this kind of like also warns you that if you have somebody who is really not good for you, that really you have to kind of like determine that as well, because you just have so many hours on this planet. So make sure that you are surrounded with people who wish you well. So this is kind of like crossed with true love. It says this is the romance of a lifetime. And Tree of Earth, which does talk about commitment and cooperation. However, this can also talk about three-party situation. So we will see which way kind of like the chips fall, but it would be really nice to kind of like get this, right? So it could be together that, you know, you're hoping that somebody in your life is true love. You're hoping that the circumstances are going to kind of play that way, that if you don't have someone already, that you're going to find somebody really soon, and that can be the next one, that is the one. So that would be awesome. So what are you bringing to this month? Let your friends help you. You had pretty bad month last time, Pisces, right? Like you kind of like had your own issues, and I remember trying to coach you out of it. So it looks like that you basically did get together with your friends and coaches and, you know, support system. And it said ask for and accept support from others. It was coupled with Fire Kitten getting in trouble, and looks like your friends were trying to get you out of trouble, because this is not the energy, that's not Pisces energy, this is fire energy. It couldn't be further away, so you don't feel comfortable on that kind of like arena. And also, I see like another fire being left in the past. Double fire, passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And it was some kind of like start and passion. And just like I said here, it is not your thing. Like, don't get me wrong. Passion is a good thing. But you guys, this is not your suit. Like, not everybody likes to wear blue, right? So telling you blue is not your thing is not a bad thing. You guys are masters of emotion. Passion is not emotion. Passion is like sort of like on the surface. You like to go deep. So leaving this behind means that somebody did not want to follow this journey with you in the depth of the ocean, which you can. And I can see this kind of resulted in some kind of heartache. And if you're not with anyone right now, that heartache kind of like also could feel because of not finding and not getting the proper partner, or like, I mean, for some of you, getting rid of someone, or kind of like finishing something. But it is asking you that, no, like, in spite of you feeling a little bit down, and this is like this bad kid that feels so bad about his, like, I mean, I can just imagine what he's going through in this kind of situation, cornered and cold and scared, and he's losing his life, right? But here, the day is coming. He actually just survived the night, and he might actually make it, right? And it's going to get better because now he can see where he's going, and things will get better. So that's why it's saying stay optimistic about your love life, and positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So just keep at it. Do not lose it, right? Because I think when you lose faith, we then lose everything, right? And this again was a sky energy. This is again really harsh energy, and it is in your head. And both energies are basically in your head. So just keep in mind that this is maybe why you're feeling uncomfortable, because you kind of like things in your heart, right? Look at this. We have fire again. Okay, I see later some water is coming, so it's all good. So basically what's happening in your future, you see, you are going to listen to me and you are going to free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. And Seven of Fire. So this is kind of like this amazing kind of, you are in charge here in the upright position, but like not really a situation where you see that Kitty is really enjoying. Nobody likes to be in fight, right? But here kind of like you're really losing this fight. Everybody's losing this fight. So you kind of like feel that you have been in a situation which hasn't been productive at all. And this arguing and fighting, or kind of like this somebody needling you with things, it's just like not working. If you don't feel comfortable, what's the point, right? So maybe it's just like, I mean, the best to just call it off and, free yourself. And I can see, like, I mean, obviously you're going to call, like, I mean, what you really need. Because how you feel right now, you feel heart-to-heart conversations. And if you really, look at it, it says honestly discuss your feelings with each other. And look, it's kind of interesting, and this is why I was like a little bit weirded out about 2 threes. Because these threes can mean third party, because especially when they like happen to be out together, or they don't have to be, especially because here you have the true love crossed with it, and here it says heart-to-heart conversations, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. And then you have the third party, and this third party is somebody different. This could be a child, it could be a stepchild, it could be just a project, it could be just like, I mean, a friend, and just like kind of joyfulness about it. But also, like, please, if you're having this heart-to-heart conversations, and this is, by the way, 3 of Cs, it is your suit. It's going to be literally heart-to-heart, not passion-to-passion conversation. So if you're opening up, and you guys are able to open up, you see this fire element, they're not opening up, they're charging forward, right? They're showing you that burning, like, the burning sun is like what basically they think they'll fascinate, right? In sky element, the clouds and thunder is like what fascinates. With you guys, like, it's heart-to-heart conversations. So just please, when you're talking, just make sure that you achieve this transparency, that you get to this seas that are like nice and smooth, and this is like not a storm. And make sure that if there is a third party or even a suspicion about it, that you put that on agenda and like put your foot down. I want everybody on my channel to get rid of the third party. This is the goal. That we have this ability to be so secure in ourselves that if somebody even thinks about it, then basically we will kind of sniff it out and find a better partner. So how do other people see you basically the upcoming month? See, the other people do see and hope that this passion that you left behind, you bring back to your life. Which could be because you obviously going to have some kind of conversations, and this could be basically the other person because this came in the other people and environment kind of situation. However, your environment is going to be a little bit out of whack. So, keep this in mind when you're doing this, because this can mean stalled communications, this can mean misunderstandings. So again, keep in mind if you're doing this that heart to heart and really transparency has to happen. And it's kind of weird because you're going to realize you have lots of choices and you will be wondering if you actually want to make an effort. It says great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. But also the choices you have to kind of revisit and to see if they're really choices. Just because you have 5 levels of chocolate, they're all chocolate, they're all going to get into our hips. So we have to think about that as well. But ultimately, this is the advice per month. If you guys are in a relationship, give your relationship a chance and work on your partnership. And it is coupled with Sea Kitten, like with literally who you are. This is with you, Pisces. Your card came out. This like romantic page of cups who is willing to kind of like romance and write poems, etc., etc. So by the end of the month, all these energies that we were like noticing over the last few weeks and last month will be all uplifted. For those of you who are single, you guys will be like really romantic this month. So this is the first part, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the other 2 divination methods which I used the last month, but I think I overdid it last month. So if anybody wants a private reading and they want this like entire spread, then you have to go for the larger readings. But like for now, I'm going to just do it quickly. Oops, sorry about that. I kicked something, so everything went off. So okay, let's see. This card can represent gentlemen, it can represent ladies, it can represent literally every one of you, including single and married and taken, and then we will kind of like go and refine the details later. So let's see a little overview of the month from the Gypsy kind of like deck. For the general readings, I'm doing always these cards upright, so if you see me flipping the card, do not panic. So look at that, ladies. Look what we have here. Like the gentleman showed up, and look what he's doing. He's looking up and romancing. So it still shows sights over here, so there is still kind of like what we've seen over there. There is still something that's from the past that has been connected to this guy, however, there is like this resurrection happening between the partners, because this is basically in the card. Remember, we were reading the Gypsy cards. For those of you who actually did sit through my rant in the beginning of this video, you got what this is like in reversed. But now what is upright is like really great stuff. It's resurrection. It's like really the high, kind of looking really high and looking really royal. So this is kind of like connecting. There is communication. Look at this double communication, like 2 communication cards in the entire deck, and you're getting it. So we are talking about this heart-to-heart conversation, because this is intimacy with communication. And look at that. True love. It's a priest. It could be a judge. The only concern I have is like this card. No, don't worry. You're not going to shoot yourself. people, I hope. No, I'm kidding. Like it talks about you need the support, right? You see he's holding on to. So but this is more or less talking about jealousy, right? So jealousy of somebody. So I don't know if that's the third party which we had over there, or it could be kind of interference of somebody who is in a professional capacity. So looking really great over here. So now I just really want to do one more thing, because I know there is a wife over here. So for those of you who are listening and who are really married, I would like to do this card. Wait. So let's see, for the family people, what kind of issues can pop up. And then we're going to do the Lenormand spread, and then we can see a little bit more about the other aspects. So, but this more or less talks about emotions. Ooh, look at that. So wife is dealing with somebody trying to interfere with her marriage. And, you know, trying to really mess up into her deal. Kind of really interesting. Okay, let's put it back. But that's what popped up, and I always read poppers. Okay, again popping up. Or it could be you guys. Okay, Pisces. Okay, we have a prison. Well, isn't this like the same as marriage, ladies? Look, but it shows it doesn't have to be this way. And look, you have your little water kind of thing coming out here. Okay, so let's see what is this all about. It's a mixed bag for the taken ladies. You will feel that on certain things you are not making a progress, but on the other thing, like almost feels like you have kind of like this wheel of fortune kind of energy over here. Certain things are up and certain things are down, because like look, here you have a scholar and a gift, which basically together means like you will catch up with things, try to kind of like educate yourself. This can even include YouTube videos, just like watching something on a new topic, and or maybe watching this channel. So basically learning about things and getting a little bit deeper in that, right? And that is going to kind of like reward you. You're going to feel kind of better, but also like, you know, somebody might steal stuff and go to prison. It is a possibility for a few of you. It doesn't have to be you for sure. It can be somebody else. But at the same time, you have friends around you. And remember how in tarot reading, you had those friends as well. So it's actually really lovely that you're going to have support. You might be a little bit undecisive, which we've seen from your tarot spread as well. But you're going to go deeply in a thought about, I guess you have probably big decisions to make. And there you go. Like you might have this heart-to-heart conversation where you're going to basically speak what is working for you, what doesn't. And, you know, it will actually come as a great reward to you. So this is lovely, but just be careful about this kind of card worries me. It's the only negative card over here, but it is a biggie. So also watch, but this was basically, I think, one of those cards. Let me see which one it was, if I still have them still on the top. I think one card was right, remember? Free yourself, that was the card that we had here. So yeah, ladies, whatever it is, it's not talking necessarily about the marriage. Please do not go and file for divorce unless you really want to. This is talking about whatever is like a prison of your mind. And sometimes it is literally a marriage, but sometimes it is like that you feel that you're just a servant to everybody, especially you Pisces. Oh my God, like, I mean, I have so many Pisces friends, and all of them are like always everything for the family, this, family, that, friends, and you never get the credit, literally never. So it is good that you have some friends who are really loyal and good for you, and kind of like fostering thinking for you and telling you that you need to renegotiate certain things and develop a bigger backbone. And so this is telling you, look, you have to speak up and you have to stand up for yourself and kind of like shed not hard conversation and shed what doesn't work. Let's move on, Pisces, where you basically get some time for yourself, maybe dig up the space, you know, like in your married life, where you can just like do stuff for yourself instead of like doing things all the time for somebody else. Okay, so what I want to do right now is I'll take the Lenormand spread, and this is more generic, kind of like overview on the situation, and I want to see what kind of guidance do we have for the upcoming transit of the Aries. And I hope you guys all have really nice birthdays. Okay, we have a first jumper. These are always observed upright. So what I do when I do private reading, I usually do the entire grand tableau, so all cards on the table like I did the last month. But oh my god, this is so exhausting, and I really don't have this much time to do it. So I'm going to do a mini things, and if anybody wants their own thing, they can just call me for private readings. Okay, Pisces. Ooh, look at that. Again. Also, I so want to be Pisces this month. Ooh, there you go. You guys, you're confirmed. You're confirmed, 3 check marks, off you go. You do have some cross to bear, but look, there is like some kind of government or, you know, some kind of structure. So, you know, look, you have a government structure and a ring. What does it tell you? It tells me possible engagement, possible, reconciliation, you know, meeting somebody who is going to be really the one, etc. And, you know, it's going to be a huge sexual attraction, and the person might have suffered a reputation a little bit, and maybe that's why you have this heart-to-heart conversation, because, you know, he was maybe eroding your life or confidence. You somehow felt, you know, this kind of things can work out better. And there's also issue about your work. Some of you might get laid off. Some of you might change the jobs or go from self-employment to employment, or just simply kind of like get married or moved in with someone. But if you move in, it's going to be in a high rise or something really tall, not the house. And so, yeah, like, you just really want, if this guy comes through, you want to kind of like make sure that two of you might have this cross to bear, but you will clear this reputation. You will have this. The moon here is not the same moon as the other cards. I like this deck because it kind of looks like tarot, but Lenormand cards have different meanings. So moon is actually a really good reputation, and it is mirroring the ring. So of course you want to marry somebody with good reputation. But what is also being mirrored is the fox and the mice. And the fox has several meanings. It can mean something connected to your work, but it's like really 9 to 5. But it can also mean being sneaky and being sly, and mice is also eroding. So given that this is like the ring in the middle, right? So be very, very careful. This is going back to this heart-to-heart conversations. And before you move forward with this guy, just make sure that you cleared all the issues of the table. Don't go into that hoping for the best. Just discuss versus hoping for the best. So Pisces, again, if you need a private reading, this is a really good time to do it, because the next month the prices will go up. So once when you're in the loop, you're really good to go. Thank you very much for listening, and have a wonderful month, and check your weeklies. Okay, until the next time, love you.